Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. You watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm back doing a review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 3, Episode 3. Y'all, here comes the T Fanny. I said, what kind of title is that? But it's funny. So I'm excited. It's really good. It's a good episode. I mean, that Tiffany, gosh. It's like that every time they have a new person, they gotta be the messy boots. And I said, I don't know why you would do that at that event, but we're going to get to that. That would be the last thing we'll discuss. But before I get started, please follow my social media accounts. Twitter, Tom Mizzle _grown is on this ticket down below. And Instagram, Mr. Grown, especially Instagram, because I do watch along sometimes. So views that I don't do in this channel, I may do watch alongs and talk about that on my Instagram. I mean, some interaction is fun. Don't get paid for it, but at the same time, I like enjoy doing it. All right. And subscribe to my channel, y'all. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and click or to share my videos. Or put a comment down below. It's like any way to support me. I really appreciate the love and support. I appreciate everyone who supporting my channel, who coming in. If you're new, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, appreciate the love. Okay? Let's jump right into it, y'all, because y'all know y'all ready here for it. Let's go. All right, let me put this picture up. Love my Huntsville, so y'all have visualizations of the people. All right, y'all know who Miss Wanda is. That's Tisha's mom. So every time I miss Miss Wanda, she's not mentioned this episode, but that's what she looked like. And then we have Marsau, that's Destiny, Martell. Below Marsau is Tisha. Below Destiny is Melody, is in the middle. And below Martell is Kimmy. And then below Tisha is, I think his name is Lewis. And then we got below Melody is Tiffany. This is a new couple. Lewis and Tiffany are married. And then below Kimmy is Maurice. All right, let's jump right into it. So Melody and Tisha. Melody inviting Tisha to her house because, they're trying to move forward in their relationship. Mel officially divorced, and Tisha is still married and everything going through it and stuff like that. So since Tisha invited Mel to her graduation party, surprise party. So it was a stepping stone for the right direction for them. They could move forward in their friendship because they try to get better. Because, they had a rocky past, when Melody's going through her divorce and this is tit for tat. And Tisha was like, she would be a little shady and be a little mean spirited towards Melody and her things and what she was going through. Like she didn't understand that what she was doing was hurting. Like always throw little jabs, always bringing it up, always like that. It's like you poking fun. Basically, you poking fun, and that she was going through her demise in a relationship, and it's not healthy. And at the same time, when Martell mentioned that Marsau could be cheating, and Marsau would never admit that he did anything. Like he always talk around circles and never give a direct answers of what he's doing. So it makes it seem like if you're doing that way, it's making us believe that you are doing something. And all of us in the freaking viewers thinking that you are doing something also. But according to Tisha, my man never did anything to me. He didn't do none of that. He never cheated on me. I don't have no problems with relationship. I say no problems with relationships. So why you keep bringing it up? Why you keep throwing in the metal face that you are good and this is going on? And Melody could be a little petty too. Maybe it was a little pettiness for Melody to say, "Oh yes, he's doing something, this little something without proof." But I believe they know something. But at the same time, let Tisha handle it. Because at the end of the day, Tisha's not going to leave Marsau unless she have evidence and proof. And her mom is don't really rocking with Marsau like that. So her mom will always say something. It's like, listen, I believe you doing something, man. She, where's your wedding ring, Marsau? You don't got your wedding ring. Okay. So right to her house. So they had a little drinks. I guess Tisha had this little product, chocolate in a bottle. A chocolate taste champagne. I said, okay, cool. Chocolate in a bottle of champagne. So she bought that. So she wanted them to test it out and taste it and see how they're good. And then she basically said that she's having a tobacco event week product at the Houston, Texas. And they're going to go there for a whole week and be ambassadors of the products and stuff like that. And also find a new location for Black, because the Black location they have now, Huntsville, is doing really well. But they need to continue that momentum. So they're going to do another location. And so they down there for that. And they also said she wants to spice up her relationship with Marsau because it seemed like the romance department, according to Letitia, is called romance department. Her romance department is really not going well. It's lacking. She said she had every Thursday nights is like date night for them, but if it missed this, they're gonna always continue to have problems. Oh, next Thursday always an issue. Then next Thursday always issue. Then next Thursday always issue. So it's like if y'all hear the language, the thing is kind of loud. So it's you don't want that. And it's important in a relationship because you don't want to get your relationship so stagnant and stale that your romance department, well, according to the teacher, your romance department is lacking, and that would make you really feel neglected, make you feel like you not being valued or wanted, especially after you had kids and you've been married for a long time. You want to keep the spice up. So yes, date each other, romance each other, do things that are exciting. Don't get complacent and they just said stop doing what you're doing. So she wanted to bring that up. So she gonna have a little hotel room. She gonna spice it up, and when he come down there, and she want to do things. And Melody said, yes, you got to do things like that. Do things to make it fun, make it fresh, make it funky, and stuff like that. And Tisha mentioned that she bought a sex product, but more so was not with it. I said, what kind of product you bought that he's not with it? Shoot. I guess whatever. He might be proved the shoe. So, but she said maybe she should have got more sex toys and do things. And that's not all right. Do what you gotta do to spice it up. But so she got there early, and no, I ain't gonna jump ahead. But she did ride to the place day early to there more so. So she wanna spice it up for her man. I said that's good. That's good. I think he gotta do it sometime as well. I mean, he's the man. He got to spice you up as well. But, sometimes you got to take charge. If he's not going to do it, you got to do it. And take charge and spice it up. Do what we got to do. Make him feel like he's cheating. Switch your wigs. Do something. And do what you got to do. But I'm commend her for doing that because you don't want him to stray away if he haven't done it already. But he is, you want to keep him going. And stuff like that. And if he's so busy, calm down, clear your schedule, do it, put your foot down. I say now come to my hotel room. I want to hear nothing. Show him the little thing. I say, here, come over here. Stuff like that. So that's that. So Martell talked to his mom because his mom had this little snake problem in her house. So he bought some product to basically kill the snake and everything. I said, oh, that's always dangerous. I mean, it's bad enough in New York City. You have a lot of rodents problem and trash cans and stuff like that. And they go strolling around the street like they own the street. But now you got snake problems. Ugh. So he had to put products. He got to put products down or he got to kill it. And it's always a constant thing every year. I don't know, the same snake or it's always some snake around the area. I said, oh, that's the country, y'all. And so he got there and then he talked to his mom about Vanessa, when he went to pick up his kids at Mel's house, Van answered the door, and she was kind of like being a little standoffish and giving me the cold shoulder a little bit and giving the hand, and said she want to talk to me. And so Mel's mom said, "What you want to talk about?" So I know that Melody did respond back to about what Martell mom was saying, and so she just talk about people need to stay at their business, stay at the lane. Do what you got to do. And I said, granted, yes, it is Melody and Martell business is issue, but it affects everyone. It doesn't just affect just them. It affects the grandparents. It affects everybody else who's affected, who's close to the affected, especially the grandparents. So, because sometimes with the kids is at the grandparents' house, they want to make sure their grandchildren are well protected in their emotional state, in their mental state as well. So, it involves us too, but I do understand to a certain extent that you don't want to put yourself into the adult business too much because it is between the two adults who had the children responsibility to make these civil lives. But y'all all, as a collective unit, need to be together for the sake of the children. You have to. It's like you got to do it. It's like that. So, granted, yes, that exchange at the house was unwarranted. Yeah, I couldn't just say nothing. I will have let him. I was like, oh, hi, how you doing? Fine. How about you with the grandchildren? and sit right there until he gets his grandchildren. I won't have to say not much because at the end of the day, yes, he did hurt, and I do understand why Vanessa Bear will be hurt by this because he did say something about the post about her. The guy people attacking her. That's what she felt type of way about him. So it wasn't just about he mistreated her daughter. It's that he said something to make people come after her. So that's a great one with him. And then he with that pettiness, he said, come on, children, your grandma's giving you a hard time. So I said, why you have to say all that? It was not needed for that. You know what tell us always petty. So the mom said, keep it positive when you meet her. At the end of the day, it's not anybody's business. You just stay out there, watch you to talk to you and everything. But Melody is always my daughter-in-law, no matter what. I always gonna have her in my heart. If she ever needs to talk to me, I can have to talk to her. But at the end of the day, he's still my son, and we gotta do what we gotta do. All right. But Martell said, I'm living my best life. I live my life, so I'm staying out of your drama. I'm not part of it, and I'm doing me. I mean, I see my grandchildren when I see my grandchildren, but at the end of the day, I'm doing me and I'm living my life. I said, I know that's right. Okay. So more so talking to Jalen is that Black is doing really well. He said the business is flourishing, but he want to continue that momentum of doing good because sometimes businesses fails within the first year. So the fact that he's doing well is prompt them to have a second location, right? So he had that. Jalen is Kimmy's son. He's the general manager of that location, which is Marcel's nephew, and Maurice. And Kimmy got married, and that's like his son. So it's his nephew, and he's there, and he wants to make Jalen better in his managerial skills, and also running the business in a better way. And always approving. Yes, you always got to prove yourself, no matter what. As individuals, we always approve on our work ethics, our individual skills, some weaknesses that we work on, some strengths that we could always improve and pound on, and always enforces it. So and utilize. So that's what we always got to do that in the restaurant business. And sometimes with the restaurant business, when someone who got no management skills or no experience in managing a restaurant, it's tough. And the fact that Jaden is doing well for the 5 couple months, it speaks to his ethics that he's doing something. Yes, he's not experienced, and he might make a lot of mistakes, but the fact that he's able to run it to the extent that it's doing well, it speaks volume, especially according to Jaden, that Marcel and Tisha's always busy. So every time he need their assistant and stuff, they don't give him assistance that much. Because it was in the expectation for Jaden that if he was going to take the general manager, he was going to learn under Marcel, like learn from him. He still would manage the restaurant, but he would at least learn from Marcel about the ins and out of the business, what to do, what not to do, how to do it. It's like he thought he was going to get that experience, not just throw it in the wolves. There are some people who will do that. Like they will not, even though they say they will help you, but when it comes down to it, they say, hey, do it. Do it. You got to learn from your mistakes. I'll make sure it won't go down the drain. I'll make sure the business won't fall in the red or fall under and will be a disaster. And I'll be there now. But at the same time, I want to let you learn the ins and outs. I'm going to let you learn for your first-hand experience, even though you got no experience. But it is tricky to do that in this type of industry. It's some industry where it's like kind of like foolproof that it won't fail and it will be continue to see no matter what. But in restaurant business, sometimes business goes down. You have to put a lot of investment in it. So you want, and it's based on the consumer satisfaction of the place and establishment and making the money and the funds to continue to pay the lease up, the lease and the rent. So you really want to make sure it's run well. And the fact that someone who don't have manager experience and coming in and just doing it raw in the first time, that's commendable for Janet to even handle it at this time. And he's doing well. And it's not like Marcel, he said he's doing bad. He just said that he could do better. But I said, how can he do better if every time he asks you for something, y'all never there for helping him? It's like, gosh, how can he learn? So when things go awry and things go mess up, y'all said, "Oh, you should have handled this better." It's like talk down on him or talk to him, but teaching him. And the Jalen said, he said more so do more teaching. No, do more talking. They teaching, and that's what he needs. He needs the teaching. So Jalen said he suggested have someone who knows the ins and out in this industry, who could be assistant general manager, so I could learn from that person and continue to thrive in this business. And he said, you know what, Marcel agreed. I said that's something that should have been done in the first place. Like Kirk and Rashida, I think I love hip hop Atlanta when they have all their children running the restaurant and it's a disaster. And they say, you know, you need to hire someone to teach these people to manage this style and do well in this business. So if you want to leave it to your children, they know what to do and not just throw them in it. And this is exactly this that you threw Jalen in there with the expectation that he was gonna learn under you, but now when he got the job, y'all not doing it for him. So it's like you can't blame him so much when he don't have experience of what he's doing, but he's just doing as he go by. And you saying he's doing well, so he's not like he's messing up the business. He just need that hands-on experience, and he just needs someone he can learn from. That way, if that person leaves, and then y'all have another location, he could be really managing this one spot and don't need help. But the fact that he got no experience, you cannot just throw him in there and just hopefully that he succeed. And it's lucky for you he has been. But come on, that's messed up. Like I said, some people will just throw you in there and say, just learn. I'll be there for you. I'll catch you when you falling, but just do it. And there are some people who will walk hand in hand. And I think this business, you need to have someone who walk them hand in hand because you don't want to fail, especially in the restaurant business and cigar lounge, whatever it is. So I agree. I agree with Jada in this aspect. And I say he needs that someone who could be assistant manager. And he said, yes, you know what, I could do that. I could do that for him. But I said, all right, granted. Because I know if he had to rely on you and teaching, y'all ain't doing it for him. Y'all worry about getting another location when this person you try to have needs someone who can help him. Right? So that's that. That's the inside. And Jalen said he knows his thing. He's not a people person. He said he's got to open up and get to know people. Because if he don't know you, he's not going to really say nothing. So he knows his strengths. So maybe he could have someone, assistant manager, who more face, and Jalen could do the behind the scenes. Because not everybody are people persons. But they could be good managers. And that's what Jalen's doing. He is a good manager. But he's picking up. He's learning. And I commend him for doing it because it's a big responsibility. Because after we graduated, he had no direction, and now he got something he can focus on. He getting the skills, and it seemed like next week, he gonna talk to his mom about it. And Kimmy said that just sound like Marcel. He would throw you in the woods and just let you just sink or swim. And I say, oh no. So it's happy that Jada is doing well. It is that yes, he should have that assistant manager who can learn from. And then it could be, it don't have to be a permanent thing. It could be like a contractual agreement. For 1 year, you have to run this business with him, teach him whatever he got to do, and that's it. And if it's permanent, it's permanent. But hey. So Martell talked to Bella's mom, Van, and they sat down and they had a discussion. It was very simple. It wasn't going off the rockers. He wasn't being disrespectful. But she was saying that he made a post. Now, I don't remember that post. I remember a lot of posts that Martell have done because I do follow a lot of the drama outside of the show. But did I remember that he posted anything about her mom? About Mel's mom? She said he did a post that basically said that Mel's mom is keeping him from his children. I think I remember it. Now I'm thinking about it. I think I remember that post. And she said people were attacking her about that. I was like, that she shouldn't keep him away from his children and all that stuff. And I said, I don't think she would do that. And she said, I would never do that. And he never detested that either. He said, I would never do that. He just said that he did say that, whatever, because it was a lot going on. And I feel like that since Mel wasn't answering my calls, and then when I come to you and I use the only outlet connection to the children through Mel, and you wasn't answering, she said, I would never not answer the thing. But at the same time, you was hurting me, and you had people attacking me and stuff like that, and tarnish my reputation. That makes it is hurtful. No matter what, like I said, it just not you and Melody. You are putting other people in the business, the grandparents and stuff like that, and you hurting them too. Saying that she's keeping them from his child, and that people is so public eye and public forum platform will tap someone in their DMs and say, "Why you do this? This is a disgrace to you." I can imagine stuff that you come on. It's like she's part of the cast, even though she's a supporting cast. She's still part of the thing. So if people coming at her and attacking her, it's because people lied for you, Martell. Even though they don't really like you like that, but they lied for you, and they feel like, oh yeah, oh she should never be coming between him and his children. And I said, yes, it shouldn't. But I don't think she will do that, and I don't think she's the type of person who will do that. But you don't put posts up there attacking a person character, and you expect them to be okay with that. That's not good, Martell. It's not. So they say going forward, please don't put stuff in public platforms like that. Yes, it's your page, but if you're gonna put a page and attack someone and belittle someone who is supposed to be there for the sake of the children, you don't go after the grandparent of the children because you need them as part of to being a whole collective unit to work together for the sake of the children. And that's what she wants. She said, we may not have the relationship we had before, but can we have at least a cordial type of relationship that we could all be in agreement for the sake of this children? Because she got four grandchildren from Melanie and Martell. So she never thought that their grandchildren will be a separate household because they didn't have that. So they want them to really have that standard foundation of having a two-parent household. For a while they had, but now it doesn't. And they're still young. So it's like they didn't even make teenagers yet. So it's like, it's something. And it's something. So he apologized. He said, I'm sorry for stuff like that. And she forgave him for all the stuff he was doing because he was being really disrespectful towards her and coming after her. And he's on his road path. And then she was saying that how's everything going? It's like, he said, oh, y'all made it seem like I just never did it. I said, Martell, it's at the end of the day. Yet the first time you did it, it was a mistake. Whatever. It was a mistake. But afterward, you continue doing it. So the second time and continue on the relationship, it's not a mistake. It's a conscious decision that you made that you continue on with the relationship. So don't make it seem like you just did it one time and that's it, everything fails. No. You got consequences, and you made a conscious decision to continue going on, doing on what you did with Arion. So that's the consequence. And the consequence is that you got divorced. And now you're spinal control. Now you have no money. You upset that she's Melanie gonna try and build houses in the acres. You upset with Chris because he had to come to you. He's not a loyal friend. You didn't have your business license. Like what you was doing all the time, you was cheating. You should have had did this thing and get your affairs in order. That's why you so hell bent and trying to come at the Melanie so like that because she was the brains of the relationship. She was keeping things afloat. While you doing your doing, she had all the paperwork and things proper. She knew what she was doing. She knew her business. So you was more muscles and she was the more the brains. Okay? So going forward, no public platform, don't put it out there, no distance other people who could be there on your corner. And you don't want to upset the grandparents because it's gonna make your life harder. Especially with the freaking mother of the children is not gonna be answering your calls, so it's making your life hard. You want the grandparents to be there to smooth things over, right? So we got introduced with Tiffany and Lewis. They been married for 1 year. Oh, that's the lucky start. Make the path to 1 year. So the 1 year they got two boys. Lewis had one son before their relationship named Lemire. He's 15 years old. That's his son before their relationship. And then Tiffany birthed David, was 14 years old. And their boys get along real well. It's a blended family. And she surprised him. A surprise wedding through a panorama in a baseball field. I said, who would get married in a baseball field? Like, I mean, granted, it's an open space, but a baseball field, that's kind of weird. And it's a surprise wedding. So I don't think he would propose. Oh, if he did that, she was like, you know what? I planned this wedding and we're going to get it together. And it's a surprise. So if it was a surprise wedding, so I don't know. No little details, but that's what it was. And she said she going to go into Tiffany's birthday dinner or birthday brunch. And she said she met her, but she don't know her. And I said, oh, okay, we're going to see how that goes. We're going to see how that goes. And to go on. So that's all. We had much scenes between Tiffany and Lewis. We'll see how much it goes with those two, but it seems like Tiffany gonna be something. All right. So Tisha arrived a day early at Houston when the Houston week for the products and stuff like that. She got their hotel room, all that stuff. She said you gonna thought it gonna be hotter when she arrived at Houston, but you had a jean pants and a freaking sweatshirt hoodie. So obviously you thought it was if you gonna be thought it was gonna be hot. Why are you wearing those heavy ass clothes? It was all black too. So you could have had a t-shirt and some shorts if you thought it was gonna be hotter than what it was, but whatever. So she got there, she FaceTime Marcel, and he said basically something happened with the models that the labels were all wrong. They half-assed it, so they got to fix that. He stayed there. He got to come in Houston next day. So she arrived there. She want to get everything together, and she want to have a immense time with him. And he said, "Oh, why would they have all that? Let's skip all that dinner. Let's skip all that, and then just have sex." That's a little short way to say you want your back blown out. She said, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Girl, you know you want all that." So he said, "Let's skip all the moments, and let's freaking just have sex, and that's it." I said, "Okay, that's a typical response for him." And she said, "No, I need the moment side. I need the moment side." So I said, "Okay, have the romantic time with your husband when he get there." She said, "Go to the plane next day. Do not miss the plane, and come over here so we can have a romantic time." All right. All right. So Destiny birthday brunch. And she was there. She had the whole red. And Melody came and had a similar outfit, a similar color, and a couple other people that was there. Then we had Kimmy that showed up, and I had the other lady who's Chris' wife is there, and they all arrived at the birthday brunch having a good time. Destiny told Kimmy that she's officially divorced, and Kimmy didn't know that because at the time when they had that sit down and came to terms and building their friendship, and they really liked each other. She then told her at that time that she was divorced. So when she told her that, she said, "Oh my gosh, Destiny, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." She said, Destiny said, "I'm all right. I'm in a good place. I'm good. All right, now I'm sad, and I'm not sad. I'm good." She said, "Oh, okay, as long as you're in a happy place right now, you good and everything, and that's the direction you're going, and it just sucks that you just got a brand new baby, and you married fresh, and now you're officially divorced." So she said, "Good." She said, "All right." I'm going to now put things in perspective. Because we also find out that freaking Jalen got a crush on Destiny. And she said, "Oh, you know that, Jalen." She said, "Don't say my name and flip your hair at the same time. What we doing like that?" I said, "Destiny, are you entertained that Jalen likes you?" I mean, Jalen is not a bad looking guy. He's a little handsome boy. But I would say yes. She said, "No, why? Because you got the freaking dress on and you wearing that freaking dress and all that stuff." And he looking and it's tough. And she was like, "I'm really interested. I like that. That's cute." And I said, no, don't do that. Don't do that." And she thought that Kimmy at the time, Kimmy said, "No, you married. You can't entertain that." She said, "But what if I wasn't married?" She said, "But no, you married." But now it put perspective why she was telling that to Kimmy about her son liking her. All right, I was like, "Oh, snap." I hope that won't happen. But if that does, I said, "All right, Jenny, get a little stepping groove." So she told Destiny at the Melody told Destiny at the birthday brunch she was inviting her friend Tiffany because they had similarities in some businesses. I think she chain of commerce and chambers of commerce and something like that. And then Tiffany is part of it or something like that. So she said, "Oh, okay, cool, okay." So she tripped out. I said, "Oh, so you didn't tell her beforehand that she's coming. You gotta tell her at the day of that you invite someone." I said, "All right, whatever." So they sat there. Tiffany came. So she sat there, and we found out that Tiffany boys go to the same school as Monster, and I guess they play sports and everything. And she said, "Oh, I remember some vaping in the bathroom, vaping in the bathroom." So Kimmy said, "Who vaping? Monster vaping." I said, "Girl, first of all, yes, Kimmy was right. Why are you spending a child's business? He not here. Like, why are you spending his business that he's vaping in the bathroom? That's messed up. Like, what Tiffany?" I would wonder why coming to me and talking about what my child's doing in some school. What your children doing? If you know Monster vaping, what your children doing? Are your children vaping as well? So Kimmy said, "Oh, that's like a Maurice problem." So And not enough that she's telling her child's business, but Maurice didn't tell me. And that's something that if you knew that I didn't know, I said, well, I mean, do he have to tell you? But I don't know, y'all. So, and then she talked to Destiny, right? And she said, "Oh, now I remember. I remember because she said, oh, yeah, I met you before. Like I would never know you, but I met you so. So I'm trying to remember when we met. She said, yeah. She said, oh, I remember. It was an awards dinner or award celebration, and I came to you and I said, oh, what's going on? Did I meet you yesterday? Because your dress was cute. And she said, oh no, that wasn't me. She said, "Are you sure that's LB thing?" She said, "Yeah, he had won an award. He won an award." And Melanie said, "Well, the LB has a business associate and something like that." And Destiny said, "You know what?" Mm-mm-mm. So Destiny said, "Harpo, who is this woman?" I laughed. I said, "Yes, who is this woman?" Because I was like, "Why do you decide to bring that up?" Now Destiny knew that encounter with Tiffany, but she didn't expect that she was going to bring that up at this lunch, and it's like that's what you expect for me to remember you by that particular event. It's like it's fresh in my mind. Like read the room, girl. I ain't want to talk about that. Why you decided to bring that up? Someone said, "Oh, she being dramatic. I expected it like that. It wasn't even that big deal." I said to you, but it's her birthday brunch. Do you get the mentions? You could have talked to her another day about that on one-on-one setting if you want to get to know Destiny. But the fact that you brought that at a table, a bunch of other people who might not even need to be privy to that conversation, that's foul. That's really foul. So I ain't like that, Tiffany. You was starting off in a wrong foot. Wrong road, girl. Wrong road. All right. And oh, she said, "Oh, well, it's her birthday. I gotta let her cry if she wants to." I said, girl. So you say what you said it ain't no big deal, and she could cry in her bathroom if she want to. What about if she was knock you in the face if she wanted to? That would be the truth, child. Whatever. But that's how to end it. I said, "Oh, child, Tiffany, girl, Tiffany Goa, what you doing, Goa? Tiffany, what you doing, Goa?" All right, y'all. That was Love and Marriage Huntsville. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel. And listen, drop it down in the comment section. Let's get to it. Peace out.